Well, Jonathan Bailey.
Hello, Clara.
They can call you many things. Jay Bailiff.
Yes.
The sexiest man on the planet.
Well, yes.
But tonight it is all about Fiero.
It is, the Winky Prince.
The Winky Prince, the one and only. Tell me about, I guess, your love story with him from the first movie to this now and Wicked for Good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was so excited for everyone to see the second film. It's an epic conclusion, and the character arcs of all the characters are huge, and, you know, no more so than for Fiero, who literally has a transformation. But in the first film, he was a sort of Catherine Wheel firework display, and as true to life, as he makes decisions and he commits to something meaningful, he becomes sort of calmer in his power, actually, and he obviously meets Elphaba, and yeah, you'll have to tune in to find out.
Well, this is the thing, because the great thing about Fiero is that, you know, in the first film we saw him, he was quite shallow, kind of cocky, but he was always kind. He was always kind, and that carries on in this film in a big way, doesn't it?
Completely, and I think his cockiness and his sort of machismo was a defense mechanism, as it's more than often usually is. So yeah, it is all about kindness and about, he throws everything away to support someone who is standing up within her power, and I think that's, yeah, it's been amazing to tell
And
that story.
Jonathan, we need to talk about that someone, you and Miss Cynthia Erivo together. Now, for fans of the Broadway show, of the show on in London, As Long As You're Mine is a fan favourite.
Yeah.
Tell us about just shooting that, because I can imagine that was quite a big deal for you.
When I saw the musical for the first time in London with the original cast, As Long As You're Mine it's one of my favourite duets, and I grew up with incredible pop sort of film score duets in the 90s, and it's got that synth, and it's sexy, and it's about discovery and curiosity, and if you're working with an actress like Cynthia, then you can sort of just discover all of it. But Jon M is a genius, and yeah, hopefully it will set people
we're going to stop your mic. 1 second, Jonathan. Because
Hello.
There we go. Because the people
better?
need to hear what you've got to say. Yes, but as you were saying, so yeah, Norbert's version and the versions that you heard growing up must have really inspired you so much.
Norbert Leo Butts is the OG, and when I went to go and meet Jon M for the first time, genius director, I was listening to that on repeat as I cycled on my line bike to Belsize Park. But yeah, you know, it's an anthem actually, as so many of these songs are, and to be able to sing with Cynthia is incredible, and to be around and witnessing both her and Ari's talents has been an honour of a lifetime. So
this is it. This is such a beautiful company of actors, really, isn't it? You guys are a family for life.
Well, and also because it brings people to the cinemas, and the impact that it's had means that it's even more joyful. And this is like a victory lap for the fans, which I have to say, as I've been travelling the world, I've been watching Girl Bands Forever, the documentary on BBC, and you were so good.
Oh, thanks for tuning in. Well, look, this is a girl band forever that we love. You know,
True say.
Elphaba and Glinda, we're obsessed.
I know.
And you are the boy band member that we all dream of in Fiero, for sure.
Clicking in the back.
One of the great things about this film is that it's all about transformation internally and externally. Tell us about that day where, let's just say you get into the latter part of your character, without giving away any spoilers. When you first looked in the mirror in the makeup room, what was that like?
I was like, who's that guy? Yeah, it made me hungry for some cereal. Yeah, it was incredible. You listen, like the other thing to say was obviously the performances you see on screen, but you also see this incredible world building. And Frances Hannon, who is the makeup designer, it was one of the first conversations I had about how you were to develop the concluding moments for Fiero. And for some reason, I just want to shout out Ray Bolger as well, which was a performance that really inspired me growing up. But yeah, it's the best artistry that we have in the industry, witnessed in this film, and we filmed it in just outside of London.
Yeah, which is
so
cool.
We're on home turf here.
This is a beautiful return to source.
It is.
Now, my final question before I let you go in and enjoy this film, because I have to ask everybody, how has playing Fiero changed you for good? As a person, as an actor, however?
I think immeasurably. I think on a simple sort of way, I've been around extraordinary people who have helped me gain my confidence in who I am and in abilities, but also just the extraordinary thing to witness how a film like this is put together, and all the hundreds of crew members who have worked on it, many of whom are from London. It's just been amazing. I feel like I understand the magic, but still, it's just, you know, it's an honour of a lifetime, especially to come back with a sequel like this and to sort of have more perspective on the fact that it's it's, you know, it's cinema history, isn't it?
No, it truly is, and you are part of that. Jonathan Bailey, thank you so very much for
Thank you very
joining
much.
us. The Winky Prince, everybody. Oh, Jeff Goldblum. Shall we have ourselves a little mixer?
Claire, wisdom?
A little mixer.
A little what?
A little mixer.
A little mixer. Have another drink, my
There we go.
I go on a left for Claire.
It is the wizard. The wizard is here. Jeff Goldblum.
Claire.
This has been a beautiful journey, an epic conclusion, if you will. Tell us how Wicked has changed your life for good.
That's a good question. Well, you know, working with these people, that's the treasure of the whole thing. You know, Mark Platt, whom you just talked to, Jon M, a genius. What a masterpiece I think he's created here. Nobody like him. And this cast, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, Michelle Yeoh, everybody, so special. That's the treasure for me of having done it. And the way they changed me, indescribable. My blood and my molecules and my nervous system will never be the same. There are no words for it. And you know, my character is complicated, and I sort of have something to do with cruelty to animals. You know what I've done since the movie?
Please, tell us.
I stopped eating meat.
So you truly have been changed for good.
Yes, I think I have. Yeah.
I think that is so beautiful. This film does so many different things for all the different people watching it, which is why it's so special. Now tell us, in Wicked for Good, where do we find the wizard emotionally? What's going on with him?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, he's complicated. I think he's like the rest of us. I think he's quite human and tempted by, you know, increased status and this and that. He's got some family secrets that are going to be divulged, and he gets his comeuppance for some misdeeds. But there's a song and a dance and a little seltzer down your pants, you know.
A song and a dance and some salsa down your pants.
Yes. I'm getting a T-shirt made for you. I'm going to send
Please,
it to you.
I will happily wear that everywhere, just beyond the Yellow Brick Road. I need to ask you, Jon, because we got a little sneak peek of it. Yourself, Miss Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, wonderful, performing that together. Tell us about that day on set.
Oh, yeah. We did that for a couple of days, and Chris Scott, wonderful choreographer, you know, rehearsed us and all that. But doing it was delicious. Jon M, it was very well designed, envisioned by him, but finally he improvised, and we made some things up. But it was really, really fun. Can you imagine? I get to sing a thing or two with Ariana Grande and, you know, with Cynthia Erivo. They just killed me. And then dancing. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Well, this is the thing. I think the joy that you guys have with each other just absolutely jumps off the screen. And I can tell you're really going to be friends forever, right?
I hope so. I adore them from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I know they adore you. We all adore you. The one and only wizard. It is the incredible Jeff Goldblum.
So much.
Can we dance it out?
Yes.
Please. Director of Wicked for Good. Welcome back to London, Jon M.
Oh, it's good to be home.
My gosh, it's really
where we made the movie right
Yeah, you
here
made the
on this
movie.
ground with this kind of rain and cold, actually.
But yeah, speaking of the weather, we need to talk about the literal rainbow that you saw
Can you believe it?
earlier on today.
It feels so appropriate that rain lifted right before we got here. That rainbow descended down throughout all the production. The whole year and a half we were here, rainbows showed up so often. And we knew it was a touch by God saying, keep going, keep going.
This is it. Definitely a sign of great things to come because people are going to absolutely love Wicked for Good. So here we are. It's the epic conclusion of Elphaba and Glinda's story. What do you want audiences to know about the growth of their friendship at this point?
I want them to know how much they changed each other, that each gave each other courage, and that the unknown that they're headed into, the great adventure ahead, has even more possibility and bigger dreams than they could have ever imagined.
And when it comes to the making of the film, you know, you spent incredible time right here in the UK. What was your favorite thing about shooting in
my favorite thing was the people.
Yeah.
You know, we had background actors, we had painters, we had sculptors, we had people who knew everything about costumes and makeup and hair. So all these artisans, all these beautiful creative artists contributed to building this Oz for the whole world to experience.
Well, this is the thing, and people are going to see tonight, there isn't a single frame of this film which isn't filled with just absolute attention to detail, perfection, and joy. What was that process like, sort of editing it all and putting that all together?
It was hard, but good things don't come from easy places. They come from hard places, and the thing that we all, love each other so much. We are this weird circus family, but we expect the most from each other. We expect greatness from each other, and we push each other, and we believe in each other more than we believe in ourselves. And so I loved every day that we got to do that for each other, and now the thing is here.
The thing is here. It is ready to hit cinemas in the UK on the 21st of November. Jon M. Thank you for gifting us with the beauty of this film. It really is a community thing.
Oh, thank you,
and
thank you.
we appreciate you. And guys, get into it. Wicked for Good in cinemas, November 21st, led by this great man, Jon M. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Ethan Slater, welcome back to the UK. I mean, what the buck? Quite literally. Let's talk about this guy. I know you love him so deeply. Tell us about how you connected to Bok in the first place.
I think Bok has a lot of love. He really wants to find his place to fit in, and he really cares about his friends, he cares about people, and that was sort of my way in. I always thought it was really important that Bok genuinely likes and loves Nessa and everybody, and that's something that I really love about him. And then to see the ways that when things don't exactly turn out the way that you want them to, resentment and things like that builds up, how that changes a person, and that was really important to me. So I really, really love Bok, and I'm so glad that I got to play him. I don't know.
No,
Does that make any sense?
That makes complete sense.
Okay, cool.
He's a character that you can't help but love,
I think so. I mean, but I'm biased, but I think so.
Well, the beautiful thing about this film, which people are going to see tonight, is that it's all about transformation, internal and external. We have to talk a little bit about the external.
Sure.
Without giving away too much, tell us about the latter part of the physicality of Bok and how you dealt with that as an actor.
Bok goes through some big transformations. And the emotional ones, I think, lead to the physical ones. So, I was talking about this resentment and what it means to be sort of lonely and turn that loneliness and resentment into anger, which is so unhealthy and kind of can ruin your life. If you let the anger lead, it can ruin your life. And that is something that Jon and I talked about on day one of rehearsal before we even started filming, that's Bok's journey from the beginning of movie 1 to the end of movie 2. And so that was the thing that I was really excited to play, is how the emotional element changes who he is physically, amongst other things that you'll see when you see it tonight.
Oh, yes. I need to talk about you and your incredible scene partner. Oh, that was very good.
Thank you.
I need to talk about you and your incredible scene partner, Marissa Bode.
She's incredible.
I mean, from, again, the transformation we see between the both of you from the first Wicked to Wicked for Good is quite something. How was that switching out that level of emotion with Marissa?
Oh my God. It was such a blast. When Marissa and I were working on the first movie stuff, we were just kind of we could joke around, we could make each other laugh in between takes. And then in the second movie, things really sour, and it was really, to see that other side of her was really beautiful, to see an actor just kind of lean in and show such broad range in these moments. It was so fun. I felt like proud as a friend and grateful as a scene partner, and she's incredible. I can't wait for people to see. And for the Broadway fans who have been waiting for Wicked Witch of the East, I think you'll be happy.
Oh, they're definitely going to be happy.
She's unbelievable. She's incredible. She's here.
Oh, she's here. Your whole crew is here.
Yeah.
Everyone is so excited. I cannot wait for people to see what you do with this character this time around. Wow.
Thank you.
Ethan Slater, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure. And we welcome to the Yellow Brick Road the brilliant Marissa Bode. Hi. My gosh, Miss Nessa Rose. Speaking to Ethan earlier, we were talking about just how much this film is about transformation internally and externally. And wow, Nessa really goes through it, doesn't she?
She's going through it for sure, yes.
Can you tell us about tapping into that, let's just say, alternative side of Nessa this time round compared to the first movie?
Well, yes. I think the trick for me was filling in the blanks between the first and the second movie, and because it's a bit of a time jump and really diving deep and figuring out where Nessa turns and when Nessa turns. So that was the trick, but I journaled a lot as Nessa to try to fill in a lot of those blanks and also provide a little bit of backstory along the way, too.
Well, that's the great thing about Wicked, and particularly Wicked for Good, is showing us that everybody deserves an origin story and not everything is as it seems, right?
This is very true. We love complex characters.
Oh, we sure do. And also, I love you on social media and all of your fantastic observations.
Thank you.
They're great. Okay, so talking to Ethan earlier, I had to ask him about just you two's chemistry with each other, because it's evolved so beautifully between the first and second film. You know, the first film, it was so innocent, but then again, this time around, it's quite different. What were those shooting days like?
Oh my goodness. I did tell Ethan ahead of time, I was like, just so you know, it's like nothing on you. I will be in my tent most of the time and taking more time to decompress just for myself. If I'm more quiet, you did nothing wrong. I am just like in my headspace, just so you know, heads up.
She's method.
Method, but like not in a way that I'm evil to everyone.
Oh yeah, no.
Because like it's serious, but like not that serious, you know?
This is not the actual Wicked Witch of the East here. This is actor Marissa Bode.
This is me, yes.
In full effect.
This is real, this is me.
Yeah, I have to ask, because, you know, I think it is the inevitable question. How has being part of this story and making this film changed you for good as an artist and as a person?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think the most important thing to me is the platform that it's given me to share my voice and speak to not just my community, but uplift the voices of other communities that are very important to me, which I think is really a core value of the film itself in general. And I think Elphaba speaks so true to me because of that.
Absolutely. I think the beautiful thing that we've all seen as fans the world over is just how much of a community this film has created. How have you felt that, you know, reflected back into you in your daily life, you know, when you're out and about doing your thing?
Oh my goodness. It's hard to say. I do mask. I wear my mask a lot because germs, but also because I also kind of love living in anonymity sometimes. So it's hard to say. So in that way, my life doesn't feel like it's changed that much just in day to day. But in terms of just like when I'm not, or when I'm out and about and I meet fans, it's always nice to have a visual of that storytelling and how the story of Wicked has reached them.
There is infinite love from your fans to this cast. Like, it's really amazing to watch. And last but not least, why do people need to run to the cinema or movie theatre, as the Americans say, to see this on November 21st?
Oh my goodness. Because it's real storytelling. It's real human storytelling, and I think now is a great time more than ever to showcase that.
Well, Marissa Bode has spoken. Your Nessa Rose forever, for good, in fact. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.